It is the Mark Hamill meltdown you've been waiting for. The most abrasive, obnoxious, and venomous former Star Wars star is saying all kinds of horrible things just like you would have expected about America after the results of the election. But he is joined by a bevy of other celebrities who all say they're leaving. Oh wait, turns out, once again, they're not. We'll give you the full list of all the B, C, and Z listers right now. Hello, folks, and welcome back to America, where we are happy to have you. Yes, we are coming to you from somewhere sunny USA, the studio that is always beaming with all kinds of goodness right here in America. And folks, no matter who you voted for, no matter who you decided you wanted to be supporting, we're not here for deporting you to Canada. No, do not go join the Great North just yet. Don't be there because you may be finding yourself in the company of celebrities who are obnoxious in every single way. And you would hate that. We would hate that for you. So stay right here. In fact, stay right here. We're going to give you that full list of celebrities, including Mark Hamill, who all say, well, they were saying they're leaving. Now, not so much. Folks, it's Mark Hamill again. This out of That Park Place. Folks, if you are not yet bookmarked to That Park Place, well, you should be. And we've got exciting news coming for the website next week. Be looking for that. Star Wars actor Mark Hamill reacts to Donald Trump's win. Quote, "This is not the America we all thought we were living in," unquote. Well, Mark, I'm sorry, but apparently most people disagree. Star Wars actor Mark Hamill, who is famous for playing Luke Skywalker in the late 1970s and early 1980s, shared his reaction to President Donald Trump's election win, claiming, "This is not the America we all thought we were living in." Hamill shared his thoughts on X, which is Elon's platform. The irony here is thick. Quote, "They say we get the leaders we deserve. Either that has just been disproven or this is not the America we thought we were all living in." I reversed that a bit. Sorry on that one. And it says, Hamill has derided President Trump almost every single day for the better part of this year. He recently accused Trump of treason at the beginning of this month. He wrote, "Voter on Donald Trump. Let's put him court sitting there with," this is hard to read. "Let's put him court sitting there with a judge and 12 jurors listening. Let's see how he feels about it. You know, when the facts are trained on his treason, in 4 days, accountability is coming." Unfortunately for Hamill, though, there just aren't enough accountability buddies on his side. And so Mark Hamill now has to deal with the idea that not only did Trump win, but Trump won convincingly in a landslide with the popular vote, the majority vote. And so there's the other question of this, too, that we've brought up before, and that is, how long has the majority felt this way? And how long has the majority been suppressed? So Mark also has to contend with that. But Mark has been rather vitriolic. And I'll say this, if you're a listener, you're a viewer, if you're a celebrity, whoever you might be, if you were supporting Harris, okay, like, yeah, you get to make your own political decisions. The difference is there were a few celebrities who, like Mark Hamill, they were just absolutely so abrasive, so venomous. And I think now people are not going to have much friendliness for Mark Hamill because he burned so many bridges. Guys, what do you think about Mark now and what his future is? Is he, like, what's his strategy going forward if you're his publicist? Do you do a mea culpa? Do you go silent for a while? Like, what's the plan here?
Oh, man, I mean, talk about zigging when you should have zagged. This guy, not only he put his full weight behind Kamala Harris, yes, but before that, he did that with Joe Biden as well, and that didn't work out so great either. So in one election cycle, he put his whole weight behind two. What ended up being losers there, really, but the way he did it, really, I think, debased not only himself, his character, and reputation, and so forth. It was really kind of remarkable to see, because at the end of the day, you do have 50% of the country who feels maybe the opposite way, and the lengths he went in order to denigrate them was really, really callous and just. It didn't make him look very good at all. We talked about those demographic shifts that happened with this election cycle. The shifts towards conservatism were huge this election cycle. Like I said, zagged when he should have zagged. no better embodiment of that than what happened to Mark Hamill here.
So Capitalist Mike has a list here of the celebrities who he says they claimed at some point that they would leave the country if the election went the way it did. So let's call out some of these names because they joined Mark, I believe. You've got Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, Ricky Martin, Barbara Streisand, Leonardo DiCaprio, Eminem, Sarah Jessica Parker, Steven Spielberg, Whoopi, Rosie O'Donnell, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jane Fonda, Ben Stiller, Matt Damon, Tom Hanks, Miley Cyrus, Bette Midler, Bruce Springsteen, Lady Gaga, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, LeBron James, Billie Eilish, Stephen King, Julia Roberts, Meryl Streep, Kevin Spacey, and that's not the exhaustive list. We could keep going. I think they have miscalculated badly what the response was going to be.
I'll just add that one of the things that they really went hard on this year was telling you how to vote.
Yeah.
It wasn't the general, hey, get out and vote. It's important. It's your civic duty, regardless of how it is. It's just like, no, you need to vote like this, because if you're not, you're this, you're that, and the other thing. And then they start splitting off into these coalitions, like white dudes for Harris, geeks and nerds for Harris, to basically demonize people for not voting the way that they wanted them to. So frankly, it is in Mark Hamill's best interest to shut up, get off of social media, because right now, whatever projects he has coming out, there's going to be some people who are just like, is Mark Hamill attached to it? I don't know.
Speaking of that, real quick, Culture, it's not just Mark. I want to show people how far, because Lorena made this point, and we really need to cover this. Here's what Oprah had to say about the election prior, just so people know what kind of dystopian world they projected we would be living in today. Today, if this happened, here's what she had to say.
We don't get to sit this one out. If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. I can't with these people.
And now,
oh my gosh, you're too
now
smart
we're
for this,
supposed to believe that they have any kind of.
They have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being these people now, and you live in this nightmare, but it's not nightmare. It's just the same as it was. The world continues on. Culture.
Okay, so I just want to say I am somebody that is willing to volunteer to help them pack up their mansions and get out of this country. Okay, I am volunteering to help you pack your crap and leave forever and just go. Never say something you aren't willing to deliver on, you moron.
No, Culture. If you're advising Mark Hamill, and that would not be a fun job. But if you're his publicist, what's the path forward here, given that Mark Hamill has perhaps been the most vitriolic of all these, and now he's out there saying that he doesn't know the America he lives in anymore? What would you tell Mark Hamill to do?
There's some really nice folks up in Canada that I'm sure he's very familiar with, because I know he's done production work up there. They would be happy to have him. Or I tell you what, go to China. China's probably more to your liking, Mark. Head over there. They can tell you how to live. I'm sure you'll love that. And you'll find out what it's like to live in a very oppressive country. You start saying things about where you live now, which are completely inaccurate. You might try living in reality. China's a reality. I think you would enjoy it. Go.
It would be a reality check for sure. By the way, Culture, I love the Chinese people. I love Chinese culture. I think that the vast majority of people living in China are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. And I mean that truly. I think they'll go above and beyond to help you. We're talking about the government, and Mark may have some real agreements there.
This also speaks to the big class divide that I think that's actually happening and occurring in this country. We saw this in the polling as well. More affluent areas of the country, they voted one way versus other places. It speaks to the even separate reality that they've really encased themselves in and are living in actively. Lorena spoke about it before when talking about late night. When you're in LA, or when you're in Hollywood, or when you're in, I don't know, a DC suburb, whatever, your what you are being fed, obviously, what you are interacting with on a daily basis, is just a very different experience than maybe what is consistent with other people's experiences in other parts of the country. And so when you see Oprah's comments and so forth like that, you know, maybe she does believe them, or maybe she doesn't believe them. But there are people within that sphere that absolutely do believe that. And that's just kind of the worlds that these people occupy are just completely separate from what is actually reality.
It's funny, Vash, because that you say that, I remember, okay, I'm dating myself. Okay, so back when, George W. got voted in office.
W.
I'm in the coffee bean and tea leaf in Encino around, I'm not going to say who the actors are to, protect the guilty. Couldn't do a coffee order. I don't know what I want. Oh my God, Bush is in office. I'm not going to have any rights. My daughter's not going to have any rights, and I don't know what's going to do. And he's just going to control everything. And I'm just like, dude, all you need to do is a freaking coffee order. Are you freaking serious?
Hey, Lorena, can you believe it? I never thought Dick Cheney would join the Democrats either, and they took him right in. The craziest thing was Darth Vader over to the D side. Just a little fun, folks. Just a little fun, folks. Helping Hollywood produce a product that you want to consume. That's what we do each and every day, folks. And this time, it's time to, well, say goodbye. We know, but don't cry. No, for we will have more videos on the way. We love to bring those videos and that information. And by the way, if you'd like even more, consider going to the Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. It's where we put out stuff exclusively there that we simply can't put out in other places for whatever reason, be it because it's too spicy or because, well, perhaps we're working to corroborate it. But you can find out things early and first over there. Folks, we surely have had a great time spending time with you. Consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment right on down below. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.